Today I'm going to give you guys a tour of my new art studio. Hi, I'm Lisa, the artist behind Lachri Fine Art. You guys have been asking for this for a long time, so I don't know why I'm talking right now. Let's just get started. When you first come into the studio, you can see my backdrop there. I've got a workbench, my easel, a shelf with my second monitor, which is what I use for my reference photos, my work desk, a patio door when the weather is nice. It is so nice to have that open. It makes the room feel so much bigger, and it's also really handy when I'm airbrushing to air everything out. As we move our way around, I've got my shelves with all of my blank canvases and finished paintings that are not hung on a wall. That is all stored there, and lots of different papers. The first thing that I did when I moved in here is cover the entire floor with a very large canvas drop cloth, and then I threw area rugs on top of it just so it felt a little bit nicer in here because, you know, the drop cloth, not so cute. But the drop cloth also keeps my carpet completely clean, so when I'm spilling paint and walking around through it, I'm not ruining the carpet in here. The basket on top of this storage dresser is full of everything from fixatives, airbrush cleaner. I've got paint thinner in there, gesso, all of those type of things is stored or are stored in this basket. The first drawer in this dresser is full of all of my pencil stuff. I've got a whole lot of the AN4B lead. I stocked up when I realized I wasn't going to be able to order that anymore. I bought everything I could find on eBay. Sorry for those of you who are looking for more. I've got erasers, I've got extra paintbrushes, and stuff for my colored pencil, just tons of little things like that. I've also got some graphite powder in that red lotion tin there, pencil extenders, and yeah, that's about it in this drawer. The second drawer down is full of all of my Inktense and graphite supplies. I've got some brushes that I use for all of those. I've got a little palette for the Inktense, the blocks that came in my Smart Art box, my first try with the Inktense pencils. I've got a new set of Faber-Castell graphite pencils that should go in the other drawer. I'll be doing a review on those soon. There are my graphitents, the Inktense, and then the pencils underneath that. I also store all of my extra blocks that I ordered, the extra black and white, because I go through those pretty quickly. So those are also, all of the excess stuff is just stored in this box. And my roll of glassine. This is with the paper that I keep under my hand. Actually looks like it comes in a roll like this. Really helpful for keeping me from smudging my work. That's for both colored pencil and Inktense or graphite. The next thing in here is something that is so handy and I so recommend you guys make. This one was made for me by one of my students, Felicia, who's really, really sweet. This is a color chart for my Derwent Inktense and graphite because, as we all know, they don't really look the same on the pencil as they do on your paper. So having that color chart is great. I've got a jar of graphite powder. My next drawer is full of oil painting supplies. I have the paint thinner up in the basket above, but other than that, everything is in here. I've got my paint in the one box, the Viva paper towels, which is a must-have for oil paint, some extra tin foil, and I think I've got wax paper in there. My next drawer down is full of all my airbrush supplies. I've got the airbrush paints, my boxes, and the extra airbrush that I'm not currently using. I've got lint-free dust cloths, and yeah, I think that's about it in that one. I think there's some sandpaper too for sanding down my canvases to make them really smooth. And my last drawer is full of acrylic paints. I have this side with all of my Liquitex basics. The next section are the ones that are mostly empty. I need to use those before I use the other side. And then the end here are all of the Liquitex heavy body paints. Under my desk, you will normally find Studio Assistant number 1 in her bed. That is the only bed where Studio Assistant number 2 is not allowed. That's kind of her safe zone because Studio Assistant number 2 gets on Studio Assistant number 1's nerves. You can see the trash can next to that has my logo on it. Those were made for me by Andre Van Wyck. They are stuck all over the place right now. This is where I spend half of every day editing videos and getting other video stuff ready and paintings designed. That is all done here on my desk. The palette that you're seeing there, that was made for me by artist Laura McClure. That goes so well with my desk. I love it. It says, "Why fit in when you were born to stand out?" Now we are over to the shelves. These shelves are just really inexpensive ones that I got for like $20 or $30 at IKEA. You can build them so they go in lots of different sizes, widths and heights and all of that stuff. So you can make it work for just about anything. If we zoom in a little bit closer, you can see I've got some canvases that haven't been painted, and that dark clump in the corner there, those are actually open frames that I can use if I have some smaller pieces that need to be, or smaller paintings that I want to frame, and a dog bed. Oh, there's studio assistant number 2. The center shelf mostly has paper. In between the frame that you're seeing there and the first shelf that I showed you on the right, I have all of my big sheets, the big individual sheets of Fabriano Artistico and Stonehenge. I just keep them in the packing they come in. That keeps them from getting messed up. I've got a TV, which often is playing Harry Potter, my colored pencil Scentsy warmer, and then more canvases that I haven't used yet. There's the Scentsy warmer with colored pencils. It's like it was made for me. Next to that, I have another shelf, this is also one from IKEA, that stores more of these canvases. Now coming back around over to my easel and the workbench. That workbench is one that I had custom made by a local woodworker. It is made from reclaimed wood, and I've got 3 other pieces that I had them make too. If you're interested in, I'll show you at the very end of the video, but they really are pretty with the different wood grains. You see them in a lot of my paintings, which is why I figured I'll go ahead and show you where I'm getting those from. But there is the background. That background is just canvas drop cloth that I painted with regular house paint, made splatters on it, attached it to wood that was painted the same color as the dresser that you saw earlier storing all of my paints, and then I have sheer fabric over LED Christmas lights for that background. Now, being that I'm using the camera at the time, it's kind of hard to show you how my setup looks when I'm working in colored pencil, and this is pretty much how it is. I've got 3 TV trays that I use. One holds my second monitor so I can get it a little bit closer to me. I use a wireless mouse so I can zoom in or out as needed. And then I've got one TV tray holds my colored pencils in their storage box, and the one closest to the easel is holding my paint thinner, brushes, and whichever pencils I am currently using. Thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, I have new video critiques every Tuesday where I'm critiquing your original paintings or drawings, my own speed paintings, drawings, and tutorials every Wednesday, art Q&A videos every Thursday, and artist vlogs every Saturday. So if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe. Don't miss out on anything. And you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+. All of those social media sites are linked below in the video description where you can keep up with news, my newest work, and see real-time clips of whatever it is I'm currently working on. Here is the first of the furniture that I had ordered from the people with the reclaimed wood I was talking about earlier. This is just a wood chest that holds bedding and stuff, so it is really convenient, and it's just got such gorgeous wood grain. I love how this looks. Next piece I ordered was a very small little 36 by 36 inch dining table. And again, it's got that really nice wood grain, so I've been using that a lot for getting still life photos. I know some of you on Patreon recognize that deer and the wood grain table. Here's another fun thing to show you if I haven't made you sick for my camera skills. I've got a bird cage hanging that I took more LED lights and hung inside of them, so it makes for a really nice lamp. Very unique looking. And a really old painting up there. The last piece of furniture from the reclaimed wood that I had ordered was this stand for my hermit crab tank. The trees may not be so pretty looking out the balcony this time of year, but I do like that I can see water. That makes me really happy.